Hi everybody, just thought I would give a quick commentary on the Bank of Canada, who did their release last week, actually on Thursday. I'm a little bit late getting to this one, but they gave their financial stability report, and I just want to give everybody a heads up. They are warming you up to the reality that the financial system is under a significant amount of stress. There are a lot of risks that have been directly the result of monetary and fiscal policy of the last 10 years. And they are now slowly but surely catching up with everybody. Household debt is at historical highs still, even though they're saying that, they're down from low 170s or high 170s to low 170s, that historically this is unprecedented and an extremely high number, and is causing a significant amount of concern, especially now considering we have tariffs that are putting pressure on jobs here in Canada that could see unemployment increase, which it did increase and has continued to creep its way up. And some numbers that are being inflated around last month, for example, in the last quarter, have a lot to do with the election. Again, government does not create jobs. Government is a tax on the system, and any government-created position is a tax on the system and not productive. So a large part of what we're seeing here is a lack of productivity. I've said this 100 times over. And now we have a government that is ensuring we are going to maintain that lack of productivity. We are seeing massive pressures. They talked a lot about hedge funds. I know a lot of people are not really sophisticated, but hedge funds use a lot of leverage, and they use a lot of swaps and options. And even though they made it out to be, it's a really good thing in the market because it creates liquidity, it does till it doesn't. The first time there's some stress and needs to be addressed, all those hedge funds are going to pull that money. It's going to create massive illiquidity in the market space, and it will collapse. That is a large part of what happened in the financial crisis in 2008, 2009. So keep that in the back of your mind. And these guys have already pointed out that that scenario is actually worse today than it was then. And they've also, back then, it had to do with housing and mortgage. But this time around, they have indicated openly that this is a global phenomenon. So it's not only going to be isolated to a sector and or a country. This is a global situation that we find ourselves in. So for those of you right now who have been wondering where to go, what to do, it's time to get prepared. There are some massive headwinds coming, and I've been warning about these for a while. It's just the government continually kicks the can down the street. And the problem with doing that is when they do come home to roost now, the problems are going to be much, much more severe than they were had we actually dealt with these 5, 10, 15 years ago. And unfortunately, we have 5, 10, 15 years of problems and poor decisions that are going to come home to roost. So, debt right now is a big issue. Get your affairs in order. We're going to see there's only certain ways to deal with debt. You can devalue the currency. You can default on the debt itself. You can see inflation increase, and or fourthly, you can increase productivity. Now, there is no reason why Canada can't and should not be increasing productivity through our oil and gas, natural resources, all the things around the world that are in demand, that the Mr. Carney, Mr. Net Zero himself, and his cabinet are going to stall and prevent. And you have to ask the question, why? Why would they do that? It is the easiest, fastest, quickest, least painful way to deal with a good number of the issues that we are faced with today, and they refuse to do it. So it, in my opinion, is an intentional destruction of the economy. But that's just some comments. I don't want to go into too much detail. I don't want to go into too much, investment jargon with you, but you need to buckle up. You need to get ready because there's some headwinds coming, and in all sectors. So if you're making investments today, you're buying businesses, you're buying real estate, not to say that there's not good businesses to be bought and not good real estate to be bought, because there certainly is, but you have to know where, you have to know why, and you need to be aware of the problems that we face so that you can avoid them. All right, everybody, God bless y'all.